This town is colder now. I think it's sick of us. It's time to make a move. I'm shaking off.
Good evening, Bash and Bru. It is Wednesday, February 27th, 2008. First off, I want to apologize for last night. I was really in a bad mood. Also this morning, because I was kind of talking about it. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't even really want to bring it up because it was just a really bad idea. I'd like to keep this going. I mean, 2 months in, as of like this coming Saturday. So we need to do stuff. My first time, it was prom weekend. I just got Xavier, my newer car, the one that I have now. I had just got it. And I had been driving it for like maybe the third or fourth time. And my prom date was at a hotel because she came up from Texas. And so I was at a room and we were talking and stuff until like midnight. And so I was driving home at about midnight and this guy was following really close behind me, kept flashing his brights at me, and I have like my hands out the window going, "What do you want me to do?" And finally I get up my hill and I'm getting ready to turn right in my driveway and the lights come on. I go, "Shh." I can't tell you what I actually said because that would be against family values. Nonetheless, I pulled down in my driveway and he came out. He's like, can I see your license and registration? I was like, oh dear God, this is going to be horrible. So I got my license out, got my registration, handed it to him, and I'm sitting there, and he goes, you work at McDonald's, don't you? I told him, yeah. He told me I was going over the center line a little bit. I told him it was a new car. I was just getting used to it. I said, alright, whatever, it was good. He went out. I backed into my driveway. I was in my driveway. So I just backed down. My parents are laughing at me. It was great. The second time I was pulled over was kind of really nothing. There was no substance to it at all, really. I was leaving a gas station, and there was a car coming, but he was going really slow, so I just pulled in front of him and pulled up to the stoplight, turned right, and was heading out of town so I could take a friend of mine home. And I got to like another gas station. I'll show you guys the schematics of Brown County soon, so that this makes sense. But I come out to the stop sign after just cutting off this guy basically, and I pulled him out, and I'm driving, and he pulls me over, and I'm like, okay. And so I pulled over, and he goes, can I see your license and registration, please? And so I'm like, alright. And so I showed him. He's like, you need to be more careful, son. You pulled out in front of me. There could have been an accident. I was like, not really. You were going like 3 miles an hour, and I pulled out going 70. I mean, what's the problem with that? He's like, you just be careful now. And then he left. Like, that was it. Maybe he didn't even check my license and registration. He may not have, which I think is against the rules. Nonetheless, that's all that there was to that one. I think I've only been pulled over 3 times. Third time I was pulled over was the big one. I was heading out to my girlfriend at the time's house. I was going like 35. Speed limit was 30. My speedometer said I was going 35, which was fine because I had been told that I was allowed to go 5 over safely. I was driving and a line of cars came by me, and one of those guys was a police officer. I barely even noticed he was there. So I keep going, and I turn right onto the road that I need to be turning onto, and I keep driving, and I'm driving. All of a sudden, look up in the rearview mirror, and I see cherries and berries. And they're flashing at me, and it's, oh, I can't believe this. And he pulls me over. He said, I clocked you going 47 in a 30. I'm like, what? Or something like that. It was something extravagant like that, so he could get me for something, whatever, nonetheless. And I was like, okay, here's my license and registration, right? And so he leaves, and I'm just sitting there like, I can't turn on the radio, because it'll look like I'm crazy. I mean, I just have to sit there with my hands on the steering wheel, whatever. And he comes back, and he has a ticket in his hand, he goes, oh, well, here you go. I go, thanks, and that's it. That was the beginning of my driving probation, basically. I can't go 17 over the speed limit anymore, thanks to him, which is a joke. But yeah, I got my ticket, I did the community service, I went to the thing, it's fine. It's all good. Bash, have you ever been pulled up? Do you drive? Tell me what you think. You have an old friend who betrayed you a while back, but he loses the thing that made him betray you. Do you welcome him back even though you have nothing against him? Bash, I'll see you tomorrow. Bru, I'll see you the day after. Happy leap year. I've got class tomorrow, and I'm going out for like the first time in forever with a bunch of friends on Friday night, so that's going to be cool. I'll see you guys later.
Stop and stay.